Well, ladies and gentlemen, the walking wanderers find ourselves on a path leading up to a dilapidated old building that we call, well, at least I call the Haunty, and some other teenagers call the Haunty. It's a Scottish slang term, so it's not just us that use it, but we call this particular one the Haunty. This is our local Haunty. So there you go. Tell you more about it when we get up. There's the bit that we explored when I came up here before with some friends, and that bit over there, I'd imagine, was the hotel itself. The Unicorn had a freaky dream about this building once after it was described there.
I did, yes.
What was your dream, Unicorn?
I dreamed that it was a bad building because I could see ghostly figures.
This was during all the killer clown craze, by the way, a few years ago, people, just for context.
I could have sworn that there was, and that, well, second floor, it used to be a 5-storey building, but on that second floor I could swear I could have seen something just looking at that window.
And that's one thing we'll tell you about in a minute. This place has some interesting history with the spooky wookie, shall we say.
Right, the Aki and I are standing in front of what I would imagine to have been the front door. Now, this land was originally settled in 1670 by a couple named, it was James and Sarah Lindsay. And at that time, the house was called Stockroger because it was on the Stockroger estate. Now, as the Yak mentioned when we first came in, the Gaelic meaning for Stockroger is Hangman's Hill, which is maybe where the haunting references come from. So there you go.
It's also part of why we call it the Haunty.
And there you go. In 1774, it was taken over, and this house was actually built, which I presume was dated from then, and it was settled by Charles Scott of Gulhern when it became Woodbank House, and it's to be believed that this is the house that's on the site now. In 1885, it changed hands again, and it became the property of William Ewing Gilmer of Croftonga. And there's a coat of arms on the west wall, which I'm not sure if you're able to see anymore.
I don't know if it's this building or those buildings over there, but we'll see.
And it's thought to be the same coat of arms that is on the Alexandria Masonic Hall. There was a garden and stables buildings attached to the property, but I think they're pretty much in ruins now well.
That's all up that way.
In the 1930s, it became a hotel and was a popular haunt for actors and musicians, among them being Prime Minister Anthony Eden, Anthony Quayle, and the Swinging Blue Jeans. So there you go. Another interesting fact is that in the 1950s, it was used as a training centre for the Esso Oil Company, to train the regional managers for the UK. Then, in the 1980s, it became the Hamilton House Hotel until its closure in the 90s, and has since then, obviously, as you can see, fallen into ruin, which is a shame, I think.
There is one more thing the Unicorn forgot to mention, which there is some local rumours going about that there used to be covens of witches that would hang about and do their practice in either this building or those buildings over there.
In the basement?
Yes.
There's a big, tell people it's in the basement.
When we could still get down to the basement, when there was still a basement, it's all collapsed in now. We went down there and there was some, I'm not going to tell you what there was, but there was some evidence of such things down there, so yeah. I'm going to give you a view through the door now, so here you go.
totally overgrown.
And of course, the front door's been bricked in a little bit, which is why it looks like a window and not a door. But this was the front door. Certainly a husk of what it once was. I've seen some pictures of this thing when it was all nice and lit up and had its furniture and everything on the inside. It's practically well, there's nothing left of it.
And as you can see, there is a warning sign there telling you to keep out of the building because it is quite dangerous.
Not that there's anything to go into anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And we had a wee spot of rain there, so we've come in under the trees for a bit of shelter.
This is actually a Grade A listed building, but as you can probably tell, they certainly haven't done much to preserve it after it was gutted by a fire, which is why it was closed in the first place.
From what I've seen so far, this must have been really, really nice.
It was a gorgeous hotel.
And I love the grey stone buildings that are still in existence and still used. Such a shame that this has just been left
Yeah.
to rot.
Yeah, I know.
As I say, in its heyday,
Yeah.
it had many, many famous people here.
The thing as well is that it's a shame that there are so many Grade A listed buildings in this county
Yes.
that just go to rot.
This building, as I mentioned earlier, when I was about 10, the local companies in the area, like we had mentioned before in our video, West Clocks, Burroughs, etc., they would all use these because the company would put on a Christmas party for all the children of the employees, and they would come here and there would be a Santa and obviously a buffet and all the rest of it. So I have fond memories of it for that as well.
Just in case you haven't noticed, people, Unicorn's back.
Yeah, Unicorn's back, just in case you haven't noticed.
Hey!
Hey.
While we're on the subject of the fires that completely gutted the building, if you look up there into the windows, you'll be able to actually see some of the remnants of the charred damage on the roof and walls.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see high above the house there in the sky. I think it's little starlings that are flying around, and there seems to be quite a lot of them. So, although this place is in a ruin, it seems it does have many frequent visitors by the looks of maybe the bird's nest inside this place now, which would be their home. There it's there.
Look at that, you can see some of the some of the collapsed.
Arms up there. As I mentioned when we were standing round, which we now come to believe was the
east side
of the building, this would be the west wall, and I mentioned there was a coat of arms, which is supposedly the same as the one on the Alexandria Masonic Hall in Main Street, Alexandria. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's sort of up there. Obviously, I couldn't read it, but that is the coat of arms. It's like a bird in the middle with something in its mouth.
Going to the Masonic afterwards to verify that it's the same.
And is that a fleur-de-lis that are around about it?
I would assume so. And there's a spot of rain coming back.
As far as I can tell from historical documents, this building, when it was rebuilt in the 1700s, was 5 stories high, and it was done in the stucco art, sort of like architecture of the time, and they had like big cornices on the top of it. So yeah, it must have been something in its heyday.
Historical documents as if you yourself couldn't have been alive when it was nice.
No, I'm talking about when it was built. like that when it was still a house, when it was still a residential house or
Yeah.
a mansion, if you want to call it like that. They would have had their garden and their stables and all the rest of it. Those weren't. I didn't know anything about them. It was like you're talking about what early 1970s when I would have been in there. when it was
You've
a
been
hotel.
in there.
I've been in there.
The
Yeah.
unicorn's been in there.
I've been in there.
Well, we mentioned a few kind of dark things there as well, but it was also used for normal purposes,
Yes.
like darts and probably dominoes and obviously the bands.
Snooker.
Yeah,
Bit of both.
Definitely music.
oh, without a doubt.
Unicorn would know she's been in. You may be able to see the two large towering chimneys that still stand as part of the architecture. It is typical of the stucco building style that the unicorn mentioned, typical of the period as well. I don't think I've seen any building 1800s, 1900s, even early 1900s that isn't built in a way similar to this with grey stone chimneys and all the mental stonemasonry work, but yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get in. There is a way in, but it's so collapsed. There isn't much point in going in.
Well, more accurately, we could have gotten in, but we're responsible, so we didn't go in.
Bit closer.
But yeah, we could have gotten in if we wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just dangerous.
There's not really much to show you inside either. So
Gutted.
Up top there. They're almost like kind of goblet type things.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Uh-huh. It's like cornices, I think they're called.
If this would have been the east wall, then the front must have been quite ornate as well.
Yeah, it would have been. It was 5 stories. It was 5 stories tall.
Looks like 2 vases and a goblet.
Mm-hmm.
Right, unicorn.
Yes.
What is this here? That's right round because of the bush. Do you know anything about the particular architecture of the doorway?
No.
What's above it?
No, it just mentioned stucco style.
Ironically enough, it looks kind of Roman or Greek to me, despite the fact that it's stucco.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
That was a hint, by the way, Roman or Greek mentioning that.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. If you think about it, this was probably teeming with masons. It's probably something to do with that.
Hence. Hence the coat of arms on the west wall.
I know, naughty, naughty.
What do we?
Naughty, naughty.
What do we know?
Where are we going?
Yeah, we're going this way, so once we get back down here to the crossroads, we're hanging a right and going along that way, which is also supposedly where the abandoned cars are that are meant to be up here.
Are we in for a wee treat here when we turn left?
It depends on what you define
You
as
know
a
about
treat,
that
because
bit.
it's
I know
mostly
nothing
walls and
about
graffiti.
that bit.
Is the graffiti worth putting on video?
Yeah, it's not anything to worry about, it's just Star Wars stuff. Well, at least last time I saw it.
Cute Chewie.
Yeah, I know.
Or is it?
I don't know, beats me. This is where the Neds hang about and get drunk as well. Not that there's any today, because they don't go outside when it's nice.
Right, get that whiskey out your bag.
For those of you that don't know, a Ned is a non-educated delinquent. I think this used to be the stables.
Or
It is
part of the
definitely
garden.
We have a wander in.
realistic. Yeah, you can get in, I've been in. It wasn't as overgrown as this, but it's stable enough to just go into. Actually, it might have been as overgrown as this now that I think about it. Yes, it's jaggy. Yes, it's very, very jaggy. Ow! Ow! Ow!
I'll just stay here because I know nothing about this.
Some architecture there. I said I have no idea what that would have been. Must have been important. You can see as well the supports there are made of wood. So, I'll show you, it's an old bit. The dangers of urban exploring and overgrowth. I think it goes all the way back there. There's a path that goes around, we might be able to go around that side.
Outside.
Yes,
Right, let's go.
back out through the thorns. While the unicorn watches us suffer with a big cheesy smile on her face.
I'm allergic to nettles and thorns.
No, you're not, you're a unicorn.
Yeah. A unicorn is allergic to nettles and thorns.
Ow! Ah! Ah! Oh! That was the bear's turn to and Very painful. Wouldn't recommend it.
Painful enough. Annoying, more annoying than anything.
True. Well, the path up this way is the path that I was talking about that takes you round to the back of the wall there. I've never been all the way around it because we were too scared of getting stabbed by Neds, but luckily I can't hear any today, so it should be alright to explore. The unicorn laughing.
This way.
I think this was definitely stables or something at some point. And obviously there is a path over that way that connects it to the main hotel, so it seems safe to assume that it would have been stables or something.
Yeah, there was stables and a garden, but I reckon this is more than likely to have been stables because it's got high walls and stuff on it.
How do you befriend a bear?
We already
Give him
did.
honey.
Same way you do
And
with a
salmon?
lion. Pull the thorn out of its paw.
Okay.
He did. See?
Now, see. Are you happy now, Bear?
Yes. It's gone.
Okay.
I never got any in my hands. Lucky me. Yeah, you can see that's been travelled into, obviously,
Yeah.
with the graffiti on the walls.
Yeah, I reckon definitely.
Unicorn, get in there.
Stables.
There you go.
I'm looking in there. Yeah, I can get in there.
I'm not getting in there. Getting a bit squelchy. Hey ho, wee wee, what's this? No offence to French people.
Well, French people. Oh, I'm really muddy around here.
Yeah, it isn't half. Look, you can get in this bit.
Still tiles on the wall.
Look, it's not wellies in there. I would have
Look,
lost.
there's still tiles on the wall.
Oh wow.
And you can get in here too.
Blue and white tiles.
Yeah, so like tiles.
Right, there you go, unicorn, and let's have a wee look, shall we?
I'm going this way first. Word of advice, do not touch the walls. Who knows what's in here?
Up there.
Spooky bit in there under the stairs. Pitch black.
Should have brought a torch.
Yeah, I know. Come up here at night.
I used to can come up here at night by yourself.
You don't want to come, unicorn?
Unicorn's taking no part in that.
Do you not want to come?
No,
Why not?
I'm a scared of unicorn.
That's the bit we were just looking at from the side there.
Yeah, I would definitely looking at the way that these things are, that it maybe would have been like stalls. You know how the horses get individual stalls for each horse.
Yeah.
I reckon that's maybe what that was in there.
Well,
What do you think?
it's a bit dangerous, but do you want to go in?
No, because I've got a bad leg, so you two can go in. I'll hold the thing and you two can go in.
This looks pretty stable to stand on anyway, so I'll go first. Aye, I'll go in first. If I can get a good footing here.
Graffiti City.
Certainly is. Some dips from the ceiling as well, you can probably hear. I think this definitely would have been the stalls at some point. You can see where they had patterns between them all, look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, along the walls.
Yeah. So this is where the horses used to chill.
Just trying to imagine what it would have been like in its heyday.
When it was still nice. Seems the Neds have been up for a drink, there's cans everywhere. Obviously that's the bit, I think, yeah, this is it. It was going to take us in here, so I think that thing we were in was probably some sort of courtyard for the horses or something.
As you can see, there's another piece there just ahead of us. That's the bit we were looking at before we come round the back.
Yep.
And interestingly, there's a chimney up there as well.
This is quite big. I'm surprised. There's getting water all over him.
Drips are all over and I don't want one to kill it.
I'm just wondering, maybe if that's like a second, maybe that's where like the groomsmen and things like that were housed.
Perhaps.
And obviously, what we're saying here, a lot of it's speculation because
We don't know.
we don't know, and a lot of knowledge about the place has just disappeared.
Disappeared with the people who died. Not that anyone died inside that we know of, but obviously the people that would have been alive when this was
Yeah, and it's heyday.
in its heyday, or they were in the Bear and the Unicorn's midst as old ones when they were still children. So, right, Bear's coming up. I've been up this bit before.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if maybe if that part was the stables, and maybe like the groomsmen and the stable boys and that, it might have been like a wee maybe even sort of like
On you go, you.
quarters for them.
Just be careful because I don't know how stable it is now. It's been a while, but
Well, don't be right, I'll just look around the corner.
actually we might be able to get up here onto the stairs. Just take it step by step, slowly. Obviously this is going up onto the second story, so a little bit sketchy.
And the steps here.
I don't know how stable the ground is. I would not advise going any higher than the top of the stairs, so I'll come down and let the bear come up so that he can give you a better view. Some of the structure has collapsed since I was last up. The stairs are stable. I know it's a bit slippery, isn't it? Urbaneering, they call this, I think.
Not very often.
Not anymore.
I'm not going any further. I'm standing on that stair.
Yeah, that's getting there.
Some kind of wood, there's no way. I'll just give you a wee look down on here, people. And again, that's going into that section that we showed you at the front of this particular part of the building.
That bit of the second story was still there when I came up here.
Because that's a stone one, I'm going to stand on that just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Right, so time to head back down again, I suppose. We'll do this a wee bit at a time because
It's quite slippery. Slippery slope. There's bits of fallen tile as well.
I'm just thinking, this could be like a chessboard, and there's actually two wee slippers with like the suns on, reminiscent of you know what.
I think that's about all we're going to be able to explore of this particular bit here.
what have you seen, Unicorn? The Unicorn just showed me
This looks like a kind of
a wee pattern there.
checkerboard.
Wait a sec, I'll come round. Right, what are you saying, Unicorn?
As in, if you look at it from a certain angle, this looks like kind of checkerboard,
I was going to wait to.
and this looks as if it
Little
might be
pattern
part
on there.
of like the suns, which we know is reminiscent of something that we won't mention.
It's used in a lot of designs.
Might just be a design choice, but the Unicorn likes to speculate things
I
like
do
that.
like to speculate. Yes.
Some fence to stand on here.
I think it's probably because it's a dangerous structure to keep people out, but it's fell over.
They used to have security up here that would patrol this, and then a few years ago it all just...
So the windows that you're seeing now, these are the windows that I showed you from inside.
That's right. And this is that bit that we saw from inside the stables. Look at that. Part of the top's just fallen in there. Look. That's like wood flooring and things.
I wouldn't like to have been on that one, that fella.
Oof, neither would I.
Everybody.
Oh, it's a minion.
Oh, a minion.
Who would have thought we would have met a minion up here?
What do you know? There's the peace symbol on the wall.
Space Invader. Pac-Man things, yeah. Yes.
Getting to see more of the building here. Or at least more parts of it. Watch the metal hanging off the walls.
might actually have been the garden then.
Well, this particular bit maybe. I think the garden and the stables were
Yeah, I think the garden and the stables were
conjoined.
sort of like joined. Yeah. The looks of things.
That's just grass.
Yeah.
Partition for something there.
Yeah.
Witnessing in full what the damage of time can do to anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very unusual one for us.
Yeah, it is.
Looking at an old building.
Do you reckon that was toilets?
Very possibly.
Look at it, it's got that kind of toiletry tile. Look to it. Cubicles.
Yeah. Cubicle. It's definitely got toilet tiling on it, that's for sure. Yeah, they're definitely cubicles. Look, these are definitely toilet cubicles. Look at the tiles for a start.
Yeah.
And the size of them.
Oh, so outhouses maybe.
That's what I would call them,
Possible.
outhouses.
I'm saying that's it. I think the kitchen and the stables were joining one another, so who knows how far it goes.
Seems to come to a bunch of horizontally growing trees at this bit.
Yeah.
And that's as far as the path goes.
Yeah. We need to go back. Well, we could probably get down there through the... See it?
If you want to navigate that.
Yeah, we can try and scoot down here. As in through the trees. No. Right, well, that's as far as we can go along this path.
Blocked by trees. As we're heading down, we're taking a left, we're going to see what's along this path here. Surely you would have been alive when all this was done.
Oh, I honestly don't know. I really don't, because as I say, I only knew of the existence of the hotel. I never knew any of this existed until obviously I had looked it up, because I knew we were going to be doing
You've been in there.
a visit to it. I have been into the hotel. This is not the hotel.
Yeah, but this must have been here when the hotel was there.
I never went any further than the hotel. We
Did you
went
not
up
see
to
any
the
of this?
hotel. No, we went up to the
Was it
hotel
overgrown?
door. I don't know. It might not. It might. I mean, it might have been disused by the time that I was at the hotel. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been in this dilapidated state for. I don't even know. I mean, you're talking about, what was it, 1885 when William Ewing added all the extensions.
Yeah.
So it was like 1973 when I was at the hotel, so I don't even know if it was here anymore. I mean, it would obviously have been here, but I don't know if it was sort of like functioning or not, or if it was already a ruin. Well, yeah.
I tried to lift it there on my foot, but it's a bit heavy.
We're wondering what this is. If it's a well, or it used to be a well, should we say? I reckon that's been a well.
That's a heavy door.
Yeah. Thought I was going down a well there.
Ah, that's a well. There's some bricks and things collapsed in there.
Yeah, that's definitely a
I
ruin.
reckon that's been a well.
The path actually ends here.
Yeah.
Apart unless you want to briefly
No, we'll go there.
Decided to come back this way again because once again, path goes to nowhere after we pass the buildings, the outbuildings.
We're off to see if we can find these abandoned cars because we've been told that they are allegedly up here, we just don't know where.
Through the meadow.
It's not really a meadow. So we have a hypothesis, I suppose you could call it, that the abandoned cars are at the end of this path. We don't know anything about them, we don't know what year they're from, we don't know what make they are, we don't even know what shape they are. We just know they're supposedly up here.
Lovely thistles. 3B. Oh, I guess B.
Beautiful thistles. Lovely purple, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to see. We've still got bees down at the leaving and plenty of bees up here.
Pollinate
Yeah.
the lovely flowers and the grasses and the ferns
Yeah.
and heather.
Oh, I nearly stepped on a butterfly there, look.
Oh, look. Oh, that's nice. Let me go on that side.
I don't know how well you'll be able to see that there. But it's just sitting in the grass. close its wings there. See, look, it's hiding. I think I gave it a fright.
I think you did, yes.
Camouflages very well.
Inside it's more colourful.
Yeah, it's a nice pattern, I saw it.
It's kind of dark, rusty brown with black and white on it.
I think so.
See that, people?
I think it's having a wee panic.
See the antenna?
Oh, its wings are vibrating. Maybe it's shaking, maybe it's scared.
Right, we'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
I could have just...
Oh. Oh, it's teasing us.
Teasing.
See the colour on that, man? That's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like what?
That's what it says. It's like a rusty brown with
Double check with species.
got a butterfly,
Yeah.
an insect identification chart.
While we're here, I know it's a
There
bit
you
off topic, but it's relevant. We once went to a place over near Edinburgh, and it was called the Butterfly and Insect World. And unfortunately, it's closed. And we started to learn all about the different colours and different types of butterflies and other insects.
Now that I had forgotten about. That little part of the building there.
Yeah.
It's like a cottage thing.
I don't know what that
Right there in the trees.
in the trees.
Oh,
and
it's
see,
in
it's
there.
to the arch.
I forgot that was
No
there.
idea what that was.
It looks like there's a wee path to the left up to that.
Cottage looking thing.
Was it maybe a love shack?
I have
Who
no
knows?
idea. I don't know.
I don't think that's something they
might
would
have
do at
been
that
here.
time period. It seems a bit raunchy.
Oh, we won't cue this on, really.
Another little fun fact about this area. Behind me, you can see the roof of what would have been probably the gatehouse of the Loch Lomond Bear Park, which was very short-lived, but it was sort of like visited by the locals mainly, I think, with their tenants associations and all the rest of it. But have a look up for the Loch Lomond Bear Park. Find it interesting.
Why don't they replace it with the Loch Lomond Beer Park? That'll get attention.
Probably.
Definitely a shack or something. Fingers crossed, no evidence of crimes up here. I've absolutely no clue what this would have been.
An outhouse,
Nah,
shed,
looks like a shed.
barn.
Looks like a shed.
What's that shed? Fireplace.
There's a fireplace.
Fireplace.
Seemingly what's left of one, that is. Well, what's the harm in going in?
Corrugated iron at the back.
So I see. Wooden beams. Oh, it's a very fusty smell, hasn't it? Right, well,
I'm not going any further.
how?
Because I've done enough climbing.
Just jump in
Going
and
back down. It used to can go in.
lots of cans in here. And bottles.
That is definitely a fireplace right there.
Someone's been playing a game of Uno in here. Uno? I think this was a house at one point, although it certainly would have been long before what we are used to staying in now when it comes to houses and cottages and things, because it's certainly got a bit of a 18th century feel to it. I don't know what that would have been. Right there. No, that.
Nothing.
I was thinking that. Oven.
Well, and if it was like 17th century, I would have used it was all open ovens.
Some collapsed roof back here. I have reason to speculate that at one point or another this was probably someone's gaff, which means house. Oh, look, an elf bar. Step my can. What is it with all the strongbow up here? Can the Neds not drink something else? Not a single can of Tennant is disgraceful. Watch.
Just put your weight on me and see if you can step down. Easy peasy.
Well, that ends our video of exploring the Haunty, also known as the
Woodbank Hotel, formerly Woodbank House, formerly Stark Roger House.
So, That's us shattered. Not used to urban exploring. Probably not doing that again, you never know, we might.
Maybe.
That's been us, the Walking Wanderers. See you in the next one. They're the Yak
Happy
Unicorn.
rainbows.
Adioso. There says